It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still. And just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfections. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race. That we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we are born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I am going. That many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe, and be, and walk slowly into the mystery.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your Sunday morning in community. Welcome to Minnesota Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. My name is Candace. I will be leading the sermon today, and I'm so happy to be here with you. So for some opening words, from our very first breath, we reach out. Co-regulation, not self-regulation, is in our nature. We find our cues from the sun and the moon. From each parent and caregiver, we find our place in this great turning planet. By turning to one another, generation to generation, we awaken to the dawn and fall asleep at the evening's end. Our life's simple journey is part of something greater, something simple, something divine. A flame cannot be lit without a spark. A life cannot begin without the air. And we cannot begin to find ourselves without love. May we reach out to one another. May we offer love and nurturing care. May we join together in celebration of the interdependence of our lives. In this spirit, let us worship together. And that's a beautiful piece by Elizabeth Mount. And then we'll light the chalice. As the chalice is lit, let us come together into the sacred space we have created. Let the cares of the day fall away, and know that here is a place for quiet reflection, for a pause in our lives, for breathing into our true selves. Let what is said and felt here add richness to the dimensions of our lives and spiritual practices. We are strong together in community. We share the experience of being human. Let the warmth of the chalice lit during our time together connect us and carry us into the world.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Collins, and I am one of the worship associates for this year. And if you are new to us in your journey, please be sure to take a green welcome packet, and hope you enjoy our time with us. And to all of us that come every week, welcome as well. We always love seeing your smiling faces. A couple of announcements. Our new Winding River Buddhist group will begin meeting in this sanctuary on Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m., beginning next Saturday, September 13th. All are welcome to attend, regardless of backgrounds, with meditation and Buddhism. Meetings include meditations, readings from Master Teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, shared reflections, and community support. And then a second announcement, our 2025-2026 hospitality program begins next Sunday, September 14th. Each of our 5 hospitality teams takes responsibility for providing greeters, ushers, and social hour hosts on a rotating basis. The program requires the participation of roughly half of our able-bodied membership to function seamlessly. Towards that end, we are recruiting new members for 2025-2026. A sign-up sheet will be available downstairs in the fellowship hall after today's service. And now we are at the time with a sharing of our joys and sorrows. If you are in person, please raise your hand and an usher will hand you the microphone. If you are on Zoom, just type your joy or sorrow you would like to share in the comments. And is the book out there? I forgot to check the book. Thank you, Steve. Okay. The book's not there? Okay, so for those of you in person today, raise your hands and we'll be happy to hear your joy and sorrow.
Hello, my name is Marge Lorraine, and some of you remember me. I've been around mostly for the last couple of years. I have to report, fasten your seatbelts, okay? My partner is Mary Waters, and for the last year she's lived in assisted living in Eden Prairie. It's called Sweet Living, and there's only 20 people who live there. It's new, and it's really a nice place, and she's been happy there. But she went to the eye doctor 10 days ago for new glasses, and they saw something in her optic nerve that put her in the hospital. They called an ambulance and had her sent to the Southdale Hospital. And she's been there for 10 days. And it's affected her brain, and so she's in bad shape. She's on the critical list. And, I played cards with her yesterday, and the day before yesterday, she thought she was in Florida. So she's in and she's out. Sometimes she doesn't wake up, and sometimes she's just fine. So it's in or out. She has 6 specialists now that are watching her every day. And my daughter is her power of attorney. My youngest daughter, Lori, is her power of attorney. And the doctor calls her every day to update her on her condition. And they brought in another specialist this week, so they're watching everything, trying to figure out why she can't stay awake. Meanwhile, we were married in June, on June 26th. I brought my pictures to show you all about that time. And Mary proposed to me in early June. She said, we're kind of starting life over. And I want to feel that. So if we get married, I'll feel that. We have a life ahead of us. We just don't know what it is yet. And so we got married, and we have realized that we have started life over again. And it's not all that pleasant, but my oldest daughter, who lives in Texas, Kim, came to take care of me in August because I had 2 cataract surgeries. And so she took me everywhere in the car, and she put all my eye drops in, 16 times a day or whatever. And so I have the care of my family very much, and they have been so helpful with me and Mary. And my daughter in Texas is retired. She's, believe it or not, 67 years old, and she just got a new part-time job in Texas. She's going to be Mrs. Santa Claus. So everything's going really well in the family, and I am so lucky I had 5 children, because I lost 2 of my sons, but my other son, who's still alive, who was a retired Minneapolis policeman, he and his wife make me meals and bring me meals every month to help me out. So, I've got my family around me. Mary's got everyone around her. And he actually, she has 2 adopted children, and so do I. And so her daughter, she hasn't seen in 7 years, came and had lunch with her yesterday. And they had a great talk. So, things good are happening to us, so couldn't be better. Thank you. And I want to thank you guys, because this church has meant so much to Mary. She's always been a UU. And so she made me join with her, and as a recovering Catholic, I have just loved being here. You've all been so helpful and supportive, and I know you've got my back. It feels really good. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mimi Law, and I was in Seattle for 10 days visiting my son Peter and Dawn and my 9-year-old granddaughter. She's a pistol. Let me tell you, she's so fun. I'm worn out. I got home yesterday. But it was fabulous. I got to see her go to school and play with her and talk with her, and we did games and walks, and she'd bribe me to do this and that. Could I play more Nintendo game? And I'm into Wednesday, the series on Netflix now. She likes it. So I had a wonderful time. And the second thing is they're architects and they're having a hard time finding clients. So in your heart or in your soul, just wish them a little luck that they can get some jobs. Thank you.
Matthew Schneider. A joy and a concern kind of wrapped up into one. The U.S. Department of State just relaunched their hiring, or their pipeline to hire foreign service officers through my company. It's been they've been closed down, not been able to do much for the entire year since the new administration has taken over. But we have now successfully relaunched them so that they can get the good people that they need to do to basically serve our diplomatic needs globally to the world. The concern wrapped up into this is there were a lot of changes to make this happen. I do not know what those changes will play out, how they will play out. All I can do is trust those that work for our government that do a good job at supporting those in the government to find the right people and not the people that are full of hate. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Maribeth Rollerson Collins, and if you have not had the opportunity to go to Annunciation Catholic Church and just be there, I would recommend it highly. I went yesterday because I live quite near there, and there is just such a sense of community there, and I feel that action is going to happen in favor of things like banning AR-15s, I hope, cross my fingers. And there's just, it's amazing because I went into the Kowalski store, that sort of kitty corner from Annunciation, and had amazing conversations with people in the store. It was like, it just gives me the chills when I think about the conversations that I had with just people shopping. And it gave me a lot of hope, and I think that's the theme of this year for Annunciation, is something about hope. So if you just walking in this path with flowers on both sides, you might have seen it on TV, it just lifts your spirits up. So if you need a lifting up of your spirits, please allow yourself that opportunity. The second thing I'm going to share with you is that I'll be moving to Washington State, because my husband died January the 23rd. We used to both come here. We were never members, but we always came here when we were here, because my 5 grandchildren and my son live there, and I just feel very, very pulled to return to the Seattle area, actually 40 minutes from Seattle in Arlington, Washington. But I do need help, and I am what I call a tech peasant. Now, my husband had all of this technological computer stuff that I don't get, and I would be happy to hire somebody if we could work something out. I would really appreciate it, because I'm floored. So thank you.
Good morning, There we go. Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki. Just a sorrow this morning. I have a good friend, Kaya, whose 36-year-old cousin died really unexpectedly in a car incident last week. So their family's in shock and mourning, and all good intentions and prayers and wishes sent their way would be much appreciated.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura Tellis. So my joy is we're going to start the Our Whole Lives program, OWL, for 7th through 9th grade. It's coming up in a few weeks, and we do have 9 kids, so I'm excited about that. And it's not just sexuality, it's about relationships and taking care of yourself and confidence, and it's something I wished I'd had when I was a kid. I only did the adult OWL a couple years ago. But I didn't really get any education from my parents, and what I got from school was pretty clinical. I mean, it was scary because it was the HIV epidemic, so it just scared me, to be honest. But I'm glad we're doing this here.
Hi, my name is Martin Proud. I guess more of a sorrow. My father was supposed to have hip replacement surgery this week. He's been dealing with a lot of pain in his back, but then also in his hip lately. And unfortunately, he just got COVID, so they have to push the surgery back 6 weeks. He's kind of being really nice when it comes to taking care of his own health. He's not necessarily the best advocate for expressing how much pain he's going through. But he still has a really good spirit, and I'll be able to see him in a couple weeks. So the hope here is that everything goes well, and so we can get him a new hip, and he'll be a little bit more relieved.
Richard, is there any comments on Zoom? Okay, I'm going to end this with a joy that I meant to give last week, but due to the solemnness of the week's prior events with Annunciation Catholic Church, it seemed a little frivolous. But 2 weeks ago, my living partner, Matthew Schneider, had a birthday. He is 37. And the reason why it was really a big joy for me is that finally, after years of having disasters happen right around his birthday. I mean, we're talking canceled vacations, being trapped in our building because somebody busted the garage door, all these things. He finally had a birthday where he got exactly what he wanted. And, you know, it was quite simple. It was pizza luce and some gluten-free cupcakes, but yay, nailed it. And with that, please join me in the sung response.
And in the strength of love, and we have
let's take some time here together to rest in stillness and allow ourselves to be present, whether you are here in person or watching this from your own space. If it is available and accessible, allow your hands to rest on your lap and both of your feet to be on the floor. And really, what is accessible and what feels good to your body. Just looking to get a feeling of groundedness in whatever space that you're in. Allow your eyes to close or your gaze to soften if closing your eyes does not feel comfortable to you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Once more, a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Last time here, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Continue to breathe. Allow your mind to join your body in this present stillness. You will hear some music playing here in the background. We'll just use this time to center ourselves to be here together in stillness. Thank you so much. You can start to bring yourself back into your body. Blink your eyes open. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And right, that might have felt really hard, sitting still. like not doing anything, not moving, not watching, not listening, and that's okay, right? Something like that takes practice, and today's service is about yoga, and it's a practice, and just be gentle with yourself and know that sometimes it is really hard to sit still, right? We're talking today about the joy of movement, but there's also something to be said about stillness, and we don't often get a chance to be still, right? To like tell our body and our mind to come together and to be still. So in as much joy as there is in movement, there's joy in being connected to your body and to be still. And it's really lovely that we get to practice that here together. It's changed a little bit. Our September Sunday sharing partner is Minnesota Immigration Rights Action Committee. Minnesota Immigration Rights Action Committee fights for legalization for all, an end to immigration, raids, and deportations, an end to all anti-immigrant laws, and full equality in all areas of life. Wow, how important is this right now? So that is who our Sunday sharing partner is. And would the ushers please come forward with the collection baskets? Again, my name is Candace. We're talking today about the joy of movement. I did just want to take a moment to pause, and Patrick Westcott was supposed to be assisting me this morning. And I just wanted to say hi to him and take a moment to think about him, and the lovely Sarah has agreed to help me today, which is wonderful. But Patrick was such a big part of our community, so I just wanted to take a moment to say, and for those of you who don't know, Patrick did pass away this summer, kind of unexpectedly, so we're thinking about you still. I am a yoga teacher. I teach in St. Paul. I've been teaching for many years. And coming to you knowing that yoga can mean a lot of different things to a lot of us, or maybe we don't even know what yoga is. And I want to say that that's okay. Yoga has lots of definitions. It's an ancient practice that involves both mind, body, and spirit, and can be practiced in many different ways. And in our Western culture, it's been transformed even further as time has gone on. But what I really want to talk about today, and what I often talk about in my classes, and what I feel really passionate about, is that we are all able to move our bodies in some way, shape, or form, right? We come to movement. We all have different relationships with how we move our bodies, with how we live our day-to-day lives. And what I'm passionate about is that we all can move our bodies. And what I like to talk about in my classes is to find a way that everyone can move their bodies and find some joy in that. Movement can be from getting up out of bed in the morning. I'd like everyone to think about for a moment how you got here today. And that can be whether you're here at fellowship, or if you are at home in your own space, or wherever you are. Think about how you got to where you are. Think about how you left the place that you live, or the place that you're coming from. Think about who you got to interact with, who you spoke to, who you communicated with before you got here. Think about how you nourished your body, if you chose to eat or drink something before you came. Think about how you physically got here. Did you drive in a car? Did you walk? Did you ride your bicycle? Did you turn your computer on and walk across the living room in your pajamas, maybe? But right, those are all movements. Those are all movements that we do in our everyday life. And what I like to focus on is that yoga does not have to be this big, fancy, doing lots of handstands practice. It can, and that is a beautiful thing as well. And it can also be doing some smaller movements so you can get up out of bed, right? So you can continue to take that walk down the street, or you can sit down in a chair, because those are all really important things that help support us so that we can be there and be present in our lives, in our communities. So also, I would like you to just take a moment, as we're thinking about how we got here today, think about what comes to mind when you think about moving your body. And I understand that can be a very serious and a loaded question, because we all have very different relationships with our bodies. So maybe take a deep breath. And just notice, thinking about moving your body, what thoughts that brings up in your mind. And this is going to be something that's really personal, because you are the one that inhabits your body. You're the one that moves your body. And then I'd like you to consider what sorts of things you like to do to move your body. Do you go to a yoga practice? Do you like to go to the gym? Do you like to take walks outside? I love to walk my dog. That's a favorite thing of mine to do. But what actions do you do? What ways do you move your body? How do you choose to move through the world? We're going to practice some movement here together. And I want to preface that with, I'd like you to move however you are comfortable. And if that doesn't feel like something that serves you today, if you would rather just watch and not move, please do that. If there are some movements that I'm doing that don't feel good to your body or aren't accessible, please don't do them. Take care of yourself. This is going to be really accessible, or I hope, right? And if it's not accessible, and I would always love some feedback, but we're gonna do this seated. Some people are sitting next to each other. If you want to spread out, you can. You don't need to. You can do this sitting right next to the person you're with. We do have some extra space today in here. So if you'd like to spread out a little bit, you can do that. I am going to sit in this chair over here. And you hear me. Oh, wait. Baby soon. I can also project. He's clicking buttons. There we go. Okay. So I'd like everyone to slide forward in their chairs just slightly. Set your feet on the ground. Again, if this is accessible to you. Clip that there. All right. And then I'd like you to set your hands on your knees. And then draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And then nice and slow, you can even breathe out while you do this. Let them fall down and away. And we'll do that again. You can even breathe in as your shoulders go up. And nice and slow, let them fall down and away. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, shoulders come up towards your ears. Breathe out. Let them fall down and away. And then from here, you're going to roll your shoulders up towards your ears and down and back. And do this a few times. And then we're going to reverse that direction. So you're going to press your shoulders back and up and forwards. Yeah, and do that a couple times. And then stay seated right where you are. You're going to turn your head towards the right or left side. And nice and slow, you're going to come back to center and go towards the opposite side. And do this a few times. Continuing to breathe, slow, even breath. And then slowly come back to center. And then you're going to look up towards the ceiling, however far up you'd like. Come back through the center. And then draw your chin towards your chest. Look down towards your lap, towards the floor. And then continue that motion. So look up and down. Continuing to breathe with slow, even breath. And then slowly bring your head back to center. Then I'd like you to bring one hand stacked on top of each other over your heart, over your chest. We're going to make a full rotation with our head, starting with drawing your chin down towards your chest. And then guide your right ear to your right shoulder. Let your head fall back in space. Left ear to left shoulder. And chin back towards your chest. Lift your gaze, bring your head back to center. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. And we'll go back the opposite direction. Guide your chin towards your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Let your head fall back in space. Right ear to right shoulder. And chin back towards your chest. And then lift your gaze. Let your hands rest back down on your knees. And we're going to move our, see if that fixes it. We're going to move our body. We're going to move our torso. So we're going to make an arch and a curl shape with our back. So with your hands on your knees, you're going to make an arch shape with your back. So you're going to draw your shoulders back in space and you'll feel your pelvis kind of shift forwards. So like your belly is soft, so you're sticking your belly out, you're opening your chest, and then look up just slightly. This doesn't have to be a big movement, right? This is a smaller movement. Continue with your slow, even breath. And then we're going to shift to making a curl shape with our spine. So you're going to round forward, starting at the bottom of your spine and coming all the way up to your shoulders. You can even draw your chin down towards your chest. Think about your whole back rounding forwards. As you continue to breathe, we're going to come back forwards in that arch shape. So you're going to draw your shoulders back in space, look up towards the ceiling. Breathing those slow, even breaths. And slowly moving back towards that curled shape. So you're going to round your shoulders forwards. You're going to draw your chin towards your chest. And we'll make those shapes one more time. So nice and slow. Open your chest, lift your gaze, draw shoulders back in space. And then slowly allow your body to round forwards. And then nice and slow, bring yourself back to a seated position. Then we're going to find a twisting motion. So bring your hands, press your palms together over your heart. And then nice and slow, you'd start slow and small. You're going to twist back and forth, nice and gentle. And as you move, you may feel that your spine gets more and more movement, so you can make this movement a little bit bigger. Just back and forth. And slowly bring yourself back to center. Bring your hands back down towards your knees. We're going to do one last movement here together. And this can be as big or as small as feels good for you. So we're going to reach arms up overhead, and they can just come up, and they can stay right here. They can reach really up overhead. And then bring your arms down. And you're going to fold forwards as much as feels good and reach your arms down towards the floor. And we can do this with our breath too. So on your inhale breath, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. On your exhale breath, reach down towards the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach your arms down towards the floor. One more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, reach your arms down. Slowly come back to center. You can rest your hands in your lap. If you'd like, you can also rest your hands over your heart. Blink your eyes closed. We'll breathe here together to end our practice. Everyone breathe all of your air out. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. One more time, inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. Blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for moving with me and for moving with each other. extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Keep trusting in the process. Keep trusting that even though you do not know what lies ahead, that does not mean you have to feel directionless. You are allowed to be uncertain while also trusting that even in the uncertainty, light is pouring in, illuminating the path beneath your feet. Thank you so much.